What's going on, people? Welcome to J Talks Chelsea, and since we're still in international break and I've just started out this channel, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about the opening games of Chelsea's season so far. So of course, we have had the Super Cup against Villarreal, we have then had the opening Premier League game against Crystal Palace at home, and we've had two difficult away trips at the Emirates and Anfield. So we're just going to go ahead and talk about my thoughts on those matches and how the season's been so far. And before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and if you do, why not turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on new uploads. So let's go on to it. So of course we're going to start off with sort of the opening game that we had before the Premier League season started, which was of course the Super Cup against Villarreal. This was a really interesting game, of course. I think it was quite good for the neutrals. There was a lot of stuff going on in the game, of course, quite open for most of it. There was good chances. We started off the better team in the first half, of course making it 1-0 through Hakim Ziyech. Good goal. I believe it was Werner got a nice ball in and Ziyech slots it in. A bit of a poor finish, I think, but it managed to go past the keeper. And we looked pretty in control after that. But then Villarreal came in and had a great chance just before half time. Moreno smashing it off the bar. That was nearly in. That would have been 1-1. That was really lucky that that hit the bar. So of course we go in at half time at 1-0, and Ziyech, however, did unfortunately get injured. However, it does look like he did recover from that shoulder injury, so that's good for him. But then we get later on into the second half, and we do get the equaliser from Joe Moreno. Really good goal. A bit sloppy defending there. Slots it in. Of course, he became Villarreal's top scorer, so fair play to him. And and then of course it went to extra time. And there was obviously quite a few chances, and the biggest chance came to us where Christian Pulisic nearly walked the ball in. Of course, like, it was crazy. He nearly kind of fell to him, and I think he didn't expect the ball, I don't think, and it just kind of ended up rolling out past the post and going out. That nearly could have rolled in. So a bit unfortunate there not to score. And of course, then right at the end of the game, a bit of a surprise. Of course, Kepa came on for the eventual penalty shootout. So of course we head into penalties now with Kepa in goal, and Kai Havertz misses our first penalty, so that of course wasn't good. But then Kepa does manage to save one of the Villarreal penalties and getting us level terms. And then from there it was just penalty after penalty. We saw some great penalties actually, especially like Jorginho's great penalty, and then of course Villarreal scored some ones as well. Kepa a bit unlucky to not save one of them. And then it came down to sudden death, and their captain, Raul Albion, of course, sadly for him, did miss the penalty. Of course, great for us. Kepa saves, that was massively for his confidence, and of course, we win the Super Cup, and that's a great start to the season. Of course, we've been really lucky in the Super Cup over the last few years. Some really disappointing defeats, so it was really nice to get that Super Cup. And great win, and great start to the season. Of course, getting a trophy. So we then move on to the opening game of the season, of course, against Crystal Palace at home. Patrick Vieira's first Premier League game in charge of Crystal Palace, and we were dominant in the first half. We were just completely dominant, and we just ran riot. Of course, Alonso getting a really nice free kick before Christian Pulisic makes it 2-0. I think Palace they did try at the end, but I think we just had too much for them. And of course, Trevor Chalobah making his Premier League debut. However, he also played in the Super Cup, a dream Premier League debut for him, keeping a clean sheet and also scoring just a cracker from about 35 yards out. What a debut, and what an opening game. Comfortable 3-0 win against Palace. We then of course make the trip up to North London for the second game of the season away at Arsenal, and again this was quite a comfortable victory. We go up there of course and start off with the first goal. Of course, I believe it's Mount plays a really nice ball in to Reece James, who crosses it in, and Lukaku, who just barged off the Arsenal defenders and just slotted it in, making it 1-0. And of course he scores on his second debut for the club, and then Reece makes it 2-0 with a cracker from the right hand side, just great goal, smashes it past Leno. Arsenal probably should have had a penalty, and did try, to be fair, did make some chances, but we looked comfortable. And then Lukaku and Leno making a flipping unbelievable save, smashing it onto the bar. That was a great save, to be honest. Could have been 3-0. And but overall, just a comfortable victory in the end. Remember, I think it was Graham Souness said that we toyed with Arsenal. We never really looked like losing that game, conceding. I think overall we could have even won by more. And I think we just I don't think we played 100% really. And that was a really good, comfortable victory and a great second debut for Lukaku, of course. And that was great to get another 3 points. A place that, of course, Arsenal have been a bit tricky for us under Arteta. We've had some dodgy performances and they've had some wins, so it was good to get a comfortable win against them. And then we move on to the last game, the game that has just passed, of course, going to a really difficult place at Anfield, of course, against Liverpool. And this is a game where I'm not sure what you guys think. I think there's a lot of positives to take from it. Of course, it's a 1-1 draw, of course, and there's a lot to talk about, of course. So we started off the game. Liverpool had a few early chances, but after that, we came in control. And Kai Havertz with a great header, almost like Drogba-esque, just flicks it on and just loops over Alisson. No chance for Alisson. Great header, great goal, and I think Kai's really improved and is really starting to show a bit more this season. Absolute great goal, and we looked pretty in control. We nullified Liverpool's chances in the first half until, of course, that last goal scramble. I believe it was Matip was like sort of getting a header on, and of course it fell, I believe, to Van Dijk, and Liverpool nearly get it in, and of course Reece James does clear it off the line, goes to VAR, and I believe it is a penalty. That is the right decision. Reece's arm was a little bit unnatural, I think, so I think it's a penalty. But then Anthony Taylor, of course, sort of doing us again and giving the red card, which I think is a bit undeserved, really. I know you're going to say about like the rules and stuff about goal scoring opportunity. I get that. I think it's a bit of an undeserved red card. But again, it's a controversial decision. People are going to have their opinion. So, of course, it's red card, and Salah slots it in, making it 1-1, and then of course from there you're feeling the worst that we're going to get destroyed here. But no, we go down to 10 men, and of course we just we nullify most of Liverpool's attacks, getting a bit lucky as well. But I think Kante went off with a knock as well, so we had no Kante, 10 men, but we managed to just completely defend really well, just almost like against Barcelona really. We just defended really well. We kept Liverpool to really mainly taking shots outside the box, which of course could have gone in, and us with long shots and stuff, but we managed to get a bit lucky, had a few chances ourselves, and in the day we managed to keep a clean sheet at Anfield with 10 men, which is a really difficult place to go to with 11 men. So I think there's a lot of positives to take from that game. I think there's a lot of positives, and yeah, so I think it's a decent result considering what happened. So there is my thoughts on the opening of the season for Chelsea so far. I think there's been quite a lot of positives, 2 good results, a trophy of course, and obviously the Liverpool draw even has a few positives to take from it as well. So I think it's been a really, really good start to the season. I'd like to know what you think down below in the comments. How's it been? And what do you think Chelsea can achieve? I'm really hoping for a good season. Can we win the Premier League? Of course we're going well so far. Obviously, only the one drop points, which obviously was of course a bit disappointing. But I think can we win the Premier League? I'd like to know your thoughts. Of course, early days, we'll have to see. So can't wait to see you guys for the next video, which is going to be my first match preview on the channel. It's going to be, of course, that game against Villa in the Premier League. Can't wait to see you there. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Come on, you Blues, up the Chelsea.